Everyone around the world looks up to him when it comes to Malaysian food. I call him the Malaysian food ambassador. He is Chef Wan, the only one.
So as a child, I was very, knowing that you can work that hard and make money while other kids are playing football in the field or that, and I can't be bothered, no? So that's why I asked my mother, nak menjaga kuih lah, I want to sell kuih. My mother said, you are still small, kecil, boleh kah? Kata, can lah. It was my fondest memory. I still remember my mother was actually having the fifth boy, that's one of my brother. Right. And then when my father came back, I had all this plate of fried rice that I was like, very proud lah. My father kata, oh, they look so beautiful. He said, your mother will never give me a fried rice with all kind of... Ni macam nak bagi lauk pengantin nak makan,
As the Malaysian food ambassador, how would you define or explain to people who do not know Malaysia at all, what is Malaysian food?
I always like to see our cuisine, Malaysian, as really a melting pot of Asia, basically. Not just Southeast Asia, but Asia in general. Because a part of us is a part of just about everybody.
Why, hello there, food lovers, and welcome to The Hungry Immigrant, the place where flavors cross borders and cultures unite. I'm your host, Abang Brian, coming to you with stories, secrets, and the irresistible charm of Asian cuisine and heritage. Each week, we'll journey into the heart of what makes food more than just a meal. We'll talk to chefs, celebrities, home cooks, and food enthusiasts who have brought their heritage to our tables. From the bustling streets of Kuala Lumpur to the vibrant markets of Manila and Seoul to the Chinatowns of New York, Paris, and Toronto, we're exploring the magic of food that connects us all. So join us as we delve into the rich tapestry of Asian food culture and heritage, celebrating the traditions and innovations that make our culinary world so diverse and exciting. Now, get ready as today's episode promises to be a flavorful journey. When we open restaurants abroad and all, I feel that it's no longer like that. That back in the days, we used to water our food down to suit the customers, right? Yeah. Do you think that we are still doing that? Do you think we should be doing that?
No, we should not, because we should try and, give it the way it is. For example, the Italian for many centuries, they never dilute their need. And they never really, for example, give all kinds of excuses. Oh, why we're doing this? Because we don't have this. They always try to give... It's always someone else from another country that takes it and then try to produce Italian food in America and become American Italian. It's all this twist and turn just to suit the other people so that they can have the business. But then you have to understand, food evolves over a period of time and people will change their taste. But people who cannot eat so much spicy foods, when they start to eat more and more, then they get used to that spiciness. Then they have the craving for it also, again. We should try, to serve things as authentic as it is. Yeah. Feel proud, because the Italian never say, oh, I'm sorry, my food is pedas, or I'm sorry because, my pizza is like this. No, they never apologize. They say pizza. Yeah, and so why should we apologize? We have a lot of people in Malaysia, especially our Malay people. Oh, we don't want to serve this too hot. Or we don't want to put this too much belacan because it's smelly. And so I suggest this. So many times when we just serve at the table, a lot of all these diplomats that come in, they love it. Yeah. People from Norway, I was so surprised. They're from there. We love this. When I go to a lot of all those world food festivals, for many years I represent Malaysia at all these big food expo. We bring companies, so I cook and demonstrate and all that. And then I always get feedback from people who try all sorts of my dalcha lah, rendang lah, nasi minyak. They love everything. Oh my God, this family even making oyster pancake. They're like, oh, we never thought about, oyster coming up from the shell and you stir fry with tauge, put all that and put a lot of kuchai inside there. Yeah. This is beautiful. This memang I can eat 2 plates of this. So actually, a lot of people in the whole world food, there's a lot of similarity. Tinggal lagi we have this twist tu je. Yeah. Sometimes, for example, you see in Philippines, they have the kinilaw, just like the ceviche. Then you go to Peru, ceviche. Mexico, they have ceviche. So all this, because the whole idea is just curing all this seafood. And then kita do umai in Sarawak. So then when I do that, then I try to say, oh yes, you're right. Sometimes you just need to think on that so that people can relate that. So that's why in a lot of my show, when I do that, I make some, so then people begin to understand. Even simple, just make chokodok, fritters, prawn fritter, I can tell them, oh, in New Orleans you have the bianier. It's all that. So macam ni. Then people. So when I go on TV, I did the same thing. So people can understand. Oli bolen during the winter time, there is like a large ball we fry. You see them everywhere on the street in Netherlands. In Malaysia, we put banana, jadi macam cokodok pisang kan. But there, they put grated apple, all the raisins and nuts and everything, and then mix everything up. Then when you fry them and they float up, and then after that you put powdered sugar, and they taste so good, in the winter time. So then it reminds you of like chokodok, So when I saw on TV, and today we're making the Dutch balls, and they call the Dutch balls, and I took those two balls on television and said, don't you love them, And so people laugh and laugh and laugh. And I know I travel a lot, to the Netherlands and see this by myself and all that. And actually, when I go on television, you're so well traveled and you've seen that, and then you come back and you do something, and then people understand it more.
First thing that I have to say to that is when you say that we should not water our dishes down, and
We should be proud.
I'm like, he's like slapping me in the face because sometimes I do it. I'm guilty of doing it.
No, it's okay. It's just that if you're doing that, it's your own style. You're going to create your own. It's fine.
No, but we're always so worried that
but the food should stay, because I always say hilang makanan, hilang budaya, hilanglah culture kita. Meaning, if you lose your heritage, your cooking and all that, and then your culture is gone, and everything is gone. So tomorrow, the new generation will not remember how it tastes like, because everybody comes in and try to diversify, try to do this. This is the dangerous part about us not preserving our heritage. So that's why it's very important that we do that.
And for you, like regardless of anything, like what's the one thing that comes to your mind, that whether it's a dish or a technique, or what is it that we really need to preserve no matter what?
We still need to preserve, all kita punya, pemakanan lama-lama, especially very important, because you know why? More and more generation have phased out and passed away. Our great aunties, great grandmother, the best cook, and many of them have left us. And then the new generation, means this, I'm going to expose to a lot of Western things, especially now with all these fast food changes. About anybody can open up there with, so people just literally go down to get food. And sometimes, like when I go to Singapore, for example, I see people eat on Orchard Street with their children on Sunday, family in what they call that, in this styrofoam box. And I said, don't these people have home? Like to eat proper. So if you teach your kids and just sit outside on the street to eat in styrofoam and then go shopping and that's it. It doesn't look good, isn't it? The kids don't communicate with their parents. They're out in the street watching people passing by. And it's not the cleanest place to eat as well. What kind of things that you're teaching your children in terms of manners? When we used to sit at the table, we used to set table. I remember when my father said, okay, we have to eat now. So all of us, no matter what we do, we have to clean the table, put tablecloth. Then after that, we finish, we have to clean up, wipe, store everything back. So my father made us responsible to even set the table and all that. So imagine people who don't do that and just literally eat in front of television or eat somewhere on the street. Because why? Because they simply don't care. So naturally, the children in the future also will follow the same thing. Then slowly, kita lose this wonderful spirit of eating properly, conversing while we're eating, sharing knowledge, talking, and then maybe enjoying the food, appreciating what our mother is cooking in front of us, our father, so that we have more love and respect for our parents, for our grandparents. Imagine how dangerous it is, when society don't care anymore of our heritage and all that. We don't appreciate makanan kita because we always appreciate something that's coming from a fast food restaurant because it's easy and all that. So you don't learn. So all that is within the table. There are many lessons,
There is.
That's why coming from me, because we come from the old generation and we are not like that, because my mother made us work. Before we have to bring food to the table, we have to work. From the garden, we pick all the vegetables, we have to wash. After that, we have to peel certain things to do and then get ready for my mother to stir fry, whatever, or sometimes I cook myself. After my mother did, okay, you do vegetable. I do this, you. Okay, your father will do that. And then my sister sibling will set the table. Someone else will do the cleaning. So everybody works as a team. Living at home, it's not just us, kan? So then when you learn to work as a team, everything moves faster, tau. So we learn to be responsible as well to ourselves. That's why you see a lot of people, when they don't care all these family values, sitting together, mindful, 24 jam, tak talk to each other, even at dinner table, this, all that. They don't eat at a proper place at the table. They eat wherever they want. They don't even sit as family, once a week to eat together because you are busy and work. The daughter-in-law come back, they come to the room and they sit. Sometimes they eat in the room. They don't want to be with the grandparents or their parents or mother-in-law or whatever. They don't care about them. So when they don't care, then they don't know whether they are sick.
Basically, what you're trying to say is like food is so much more than just food.
Yeah,
It means so much more to us.
You'd be so surprised now. You see that people with that kind of upbringing those days, produce people like me. I'm sorry they produce me, okay? But then people who don't sit together there, and you see what kind of person they become.
Let's try to be a little bit fairer, and I'm totally on your side on this. I'm a person of tradition as well. I grew up in a very, like, whatever you said, you're describing my family as well. And I think most traditional Malaysian families are like exactly what you just described. But let's just be fair to our audiences who may also come from the Gen Zs, the millennials, and whatever not. You have grandchildren, grandchildren of your own that spans different generations as well. There is this whole change in the environment that we live in, right? Do you also see that happening to your family? How do you combat it?
For me, as a grandparent also, I try to advise my daughter and my son as well. Get the children, to do more curriculum activities, focus on their hobby. Like, for example, my granddaughter Ariana loves painting, loves artwork. So he goes to do all this, so he can develop his mind and things like that. And then for both my two grandson and granddaughter, Tristan and Ni, I see they love sports and all that. And the father encouraged them, to go into all this football, running. They represent the school. But I'm sure they're also very disciplined kids, because when time to sleep, they sleep. Because both the parents are very disciplined as well. Because if parents don't do that, sadly to say you notice a lot of all those people, even with money or no money pun, people sometimes just let loose, let that happen. Because why? They just want their children to be happy. But that's not the right way of educating your kids, kan? Because you have to instill discipline.
I love this because you are really putting the importance of sitting down together, eating as a family, as the family unit, as a nucleus. Describe to me what is a meal with all your children and your grandchildren. How often do you guys get together? How is it like?
Okay, to be honest,
Because your son is also a chef, right?
Yeah, correct. But to be honest, because I am a very busy person for the longest time with so many things. And on top of that, I have also my own friend. Then it's called my own lifestyle. And because also the nature that I'm divorced and my children also have been divorced. So everybody have their own family now after the second marriage. We always try to like get together maybe once a month.
Yeah.
Sometimes I bring my sibling to the restaurant. So I would kumpulkan everybody lah. If I don't get, just to get to know, again, to sit together.
What's
to talk.
happening.
Yeah. But again, at this age when I'm 66, and all my sisters are all in their 60s, everybody have their own responsibility now. So once in a while when we manage to get together, like for festive season, for Hari Raya and all that.
To give into context what kind of person Chef Wan is he had us generously over for lunch, and while I'm eating, he's going on and on and on about this person, that person, my grandchild is now in the hospital, and then my friend is. So I told him, Chef, honestly.
Even as we were talking now, I say, very soon I have to go and get my cats, and all that, because they're all, being groomed and all that. No, we have.
He loves it. He deep down inside his heart, like the way you were ever since you're a child, you are like that.
People who see my life is exactly like that.
Yeah.
They say, you never stop, kan? Because the minute you come back, and after that you fly again, gone. And even when I'm gone, I'm doing something. It's not that just on holiday, I'm looking at recipes, observing, collecting things, my memoir, my books, and this and all that. So I'm doing all this.
And mind you, when we are recording this, he has just came out from the chemotherapy treatment. He's so vibrant. He's so but this person has actually gone through cancer and he survived it. I'm so glad for you.
You know what? I always like, que sera, whatever will be. That's my life. I always like, I only live for this moment. I never worry what the future is going to be. Because what's the point of worrying too much about the future when you have no control of it? So for me, it's very simple. Okay, you work as hard as you think you can work and you want to do it.
Yeah.
Save some money for your future to make sure that, when you grow old, that you don't have to depend too much on people. Try to keep your health as good lah, and be wise in a lot of things, in spending and all that. Other than that, take time, to travel, to see the world, and to keep yourself, happy and bubbly and all that. Look, I have friends as well, but not a huge circle of friends. I keep meeting the same people, You can see on my Instagram how I express myself, Like how many times I see these people. And then when I told them, I have to see you again next time. And they look at me, why are you sick of us? But thank God we have each other, kan? There's nothing much to expect as well, because at our age, it's not that we need another designer clothes. It's not that we need another new branded car or big diamond or jewelry. Not really, kan? All we're just happy is, a food that at the table that we can enjoy. and that we have good friends that we can love. And in simple word, I said, Alhamdulillah, be thankful, be grateful. I never had this thing like jealousy, or I hope not, or inferior, or I have given people this impression. I've never had. I mean, you can have so many doctors, just like you can have so many celebrity chefs. And so that's why I never really feel that, I'm better than you or you better than I or whatever. We're all different, Don't worry about all this recognition, about award and all that. And like award also like cover sometimes you go also, because why? Because you want to respect people who honor you with award. So, it's not that I don't respect award. I thank people for the award. But after a while, you just live with it lah kan. Ada tak ada pun tak kisah. But then sometimes you wish some other people get it lah, because they also work hard kan. It's time for them as well. So these days I turn a lot of award also.
You turn it down?
Yeah, I've turned down many.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me change this. Turn it to Brian. Okay, go find Chef Brian. But okay, I love talking to you because it feels like I'm talking to. Actually, I was just saying, without revealing too much, he can actually be my father. And the way he speaks to me is like my dad is like him. He goes on and on and on. God bless his soul. My dad is no longer around, but this man is like. So yeah, we're gonna keep a lot of things for the following season, or like whenever you have time, I will definitely come and record more stories, because we haven't talked about Hari Raya. We haven't talked about all the different festivities and the specific foods. But before we go,
on the top of Kavadi,
no. So he got in. Okay, let's not go there. He got into a big, huge trouble for calling an outfit that looks like. Okay, let's not talk about that. That's not the point of the show. But before we go, maybe we can offer, number one, your word of wisdom to young chefs who are going out into the world, how they can truly stay true to themselves, especially our Asian chefs who are now, they want to work in Michelin star restaurants, they want to travel the world and whatever not. How do they stay true to themselves? And also to the young people and the parents now, how do we maintain our heritage? How do we keep our heritage?
Okay, to all those kids out there, I always believe, in life it's about, doing what you think that is most passionate for you lah. So if you're very passionate about what, you like to do, and from there, it becomes something that's fun and joy, and it also brings, lucrative income to you, why not, But always remember, knowledge is power. Like I use today, and I not utilize the knowledge in front of television and share the world, with all my travel, history, and geography, and culture, and everything like that would have not made me successful today. The same thing when I'm running this restaurant, I have this idea and concept about elevating Malay food to a different level and all that. When you don't see a Malay restaurant that is beautiful, that people can sit comfortably and enjoy in a nice atmosphere, and I did that, and suddenly people say, oh, we never see a Malay restaurant at this. So, but then I started that. You must always remember, knowledge is one thing. So go out there, source them, be truthful to yourself, be kind, be humble, be patient. Because success not overnight kan.
Why are you looking so intensely into my eyes? I'm patient.
66 only I see my restaurant at 60 years old,
Right.
I started, so which is fine, like I said, I only live for the moment, I don't expect too much of tomorrow as well. So tomorrow, how the restaurant will evolve, how big it will become, I have no idea. But I just continue to work daily at my own pace, because at this age, I need to be careful as well. After cancer and all that, to slow down all that. I realize as I'm now retired from television. So that's why for kids out there, keep that spirit, that wonderful moment you have knowledge. Learn to open yourself, to work with just about anything, to be creative, create an identity for yourself. Never mind whatever you want to be. You follow that journey, have faith. I always tell people, have faith. Because when you have faith and then you build, all this knowledge, and then don't forget to travel the world, work, and always respect people around you. Even within the culinary circle, respect one another. And then you realize you learn so much more. Because all of us are just pulling all our knowledge together and then to share with the world. So you say, how do you maintain the heritage? Well, for me, like I said, now, to revive back, all old recipe, to pass down, to create that and all that. And it's important to also, go back into all these old recipe and improve them. Because nowadays we have all kinds of, style of cooking, knowledge, ingredient, product out there that you find, latest this and all that we can develop. As food also evolve, and so doesn't mean that old heritage people authenticity cannot evolve. They can evolve, but for the better. So that's why I always feel with this wonderful spirit and all that, it's possible to go out there. But we need to really keep, all this and then pass them down.
Embrace innovation, remember your origins.
Yeah, very important. Yeah. Macam kata dia lah, hilang makanan, hilang budaya, hilang bangsa.
Hilang bangsa.
So everything is gone,
So if you lose your food, you lose your culture, you lose your race.
All gone. So that's why it's important to keep it
Okay.
and respect that.
And now, because I have always respected your opinion on a lot of things, we always end the show with a segment that I call the Sambal Survey, where you get to chase three different sambals. One is made by me. One is made by, at the moment, the top influencer in Malaysia that produces their own sambal.
Oh, I heard that, but then I never tasted it before.
So you're going to taste it today. And then one is from a very popular nasi lemak chain. You just have to give your opinion on the different sambals and just pick your favorite. The result will only be revealed on our YouTube video. So if you want to know who's, and Chef Wan actually chose mine or somebody else's, then you've got to watch our YouTube, which is, the link is provided on the description. So let's go to the Sambal Survey. Okay, so this is the segment that I think would be fun to do. I never in my life imagined that Chef Wan will be on the show. So this is now going to be very, very nervous. It's nerve-wracking for me. So to be fair, we'll taste with these spoons, and you just help me put a little bit on my spoon because I'll try to be impartial by being blindfolded. Okay. So this is the first one. Okay. You just take some and then we taste it together.
Same one,
yeah, of course. And then we're going to describe what we taste.
Okay. That's.
This is spicy. This is spicy.
It's for me, it's a bit too spicy for me.
I think it's a bit too spicy.
Masin sikit, yes. But overall, the flavor udang kering is there.
I like that. I like the shrimpiness.
But I think, if as a base for fried rice, as a base to cook with sardine, for example, or to throw chicken inside as the fry thing, it's fine.
But you cannot eat it on its own, right? It's a bit too spicy, I think.
Yes, on its own it's spicy, yeah. But then again, like most sambal, you have to accompany with timun lah, veggie lah, stuff on there. But it's still a good sauce,
Yeah, okay. So the first one I think was not too bad. I think
if I'm going to take this back, let's say for example to make telur sambal, whatever for my nasi lemak, I can live with it.
Yeah.
Especially when you're abroad kan untuk ni, even kat Malaysia pun bila you malas lah.
So this one this is okay. It's okay. It's not the best, but it's okay.
It's okay, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's taste the second one.
This has nice colour. It's not so dark. So I wonder why.
I feel that sambal should be good dark colour, no? Depends on what kind of sambal lah, but
yeah. Oh, this one is a bit more. The colour is like macam kita we use the fresh chili.
I was going to say rasa hijau dia.
Freshness, also delicious. But you ask me
I tak suka yang ni.
If you ask the first and second one, again this one like typical a bit of Indonesian punya ni. Again for stir fry and all that pun boleh juga. But again compared to the first one, for me, again I feel still on the first one lah.
Actually,
because for multi-purpose, because this one doesn't have a lot of that nice
umami kind of.
Yes, correct. That's the flavour yang tak ada, which you need some time for frying and all that,
Okay, the last one.
Okay, try that. Ni manis sikit lah. The fruit is manis. Nothing wrong. But in terms of udang and all that,
yeah, I still like the first one. The first one is a very, very umami kind of taste.
Yeah.
So I don't know which one was the first one that Chef Wan took. If you guys want to find out Chef Wan's favorite was the first one, which one was the first one, whether it was my sambal or not, check out the YouTube video.
Don't you change so you don't know,
Yeah, maybe I can change. No lah, I will show you the real one lah.
Yeah.
So the link is in the description, and with that, I would like to thank you very much for your time. I know you're a very busy person.
Thank you.
And
I'm sure you're busy too. All of us are busy doing
Yeah.
our own things. So hopefully we get to talk again in another program. And thank you for those.
No, same program, another season.
Okay, okay. For those out there and listening to that, and don't forget, we'll catch up again, yeah?
All right, thank you, Chef Wan.
So, I tak ada sambal bawa adik free ke?
You ada sambal sendiri kan?
Because at our age now, we like free things lah.
Okay. With that, thank you very much for listening to The Hungry Immigrant. As always, I would advise all our listeners, keep your plates adventurous and your hearts open. This has been The Hungry Immigrant. My name is Abang Brian.
Yes, and don't open your leg, okay?
Terima kasih and thank you for joining us on yet another episode of The Hungry Immigrant. It's been a delightful feast of stories and flavors that remind us just how much food brings us together. Now don't forget to subscribe to our podcast on your favorite platform so you'll never miss an episode. And if you loved today's culinary journey, leave us a review and share the episode with your friends and family. Your support helps keep our traditions alive and our tables more diverse. Do follow us on Instagram at Hungry Immigrant and my personal account Abang Brian for behind-the-scenes looks and extra tidbits from each episode. We love to see how food inspires you, so do tag us in your next food adventure. I'm Abang Brian, reminding you to savor every bite and cherish every moment at the table. Until next time, keep your plates adventurous and your hearts open.